Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I want to apologize for not having the uploads the other day. I don't know if anybody knew from Monday night when we had the stream with Joe Castro. My father had surgery the other day, and I was up all night 2 nights ago and couldn't, really, I was up like 24 plus hours and, got home last night and finally went to sleep. So I apologize for not having things on time yesterday. It's just been a crazy couple days, and the nightmare's not over yet. But after this week, we'll be good. So it's just been kind of crazy right now. But we have some football news, so let's get into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
I am sorry. I am all over the place today, and I can't get things right today, as you could see. Um, it's been a crazy week. Now I want to get into obviously some of the news for the Philadelphia Eagles. We have a few more days. We have a football game this week. We came off a bye week, and guys are getting healthy. Guys are coming back. And I feel like with one of the returnees coming back this week, Justin Evans, started the practice window, which is great. So he's on the verge of returning. Will it be this week? I don't know. But safety wise, getting more depth at that position, because you have some more moving pieces around if you want to use Justin Evans. And I don't think Justin Evans has had a really bad year this year. I wouldn't say. Not a bad year. I think a solid year this year, but like his career, it's always in shambles with these injuries. He's been injured every year of his career since 2017 when he was drafted in the second round. He's always been this way. I think he's been hurt twice this year. I thought he was, but coming off the IR now, will hopefully bring some stability for the second half of the season. So that's a fantastic thing with Justin Evans coming back. Now, the number one thing we're going into in this is Jalen Herz. Now, how much has Jalen Herz gotten healthier? You know what I mean? Rumors of they're going to run more of an RPO system, that's going to be a little bit more RPO than we've seen the past weeks. But I think what the Eagles are doing is fantastic. The one element that the Eagles are not using right now because of Hurts's knee injury is his run game. Hence why you don't do RPOs that much. Mostly it's shotgun and sometimes under center. And they run RPOs very little because no one is really worried about Jalen Hurts using his legs. Look at the tape from last year to this year with an injury. Man, you miss Jalen Hurts' speed so much. And when he starts running, it's just it's just not the same. But Hurts just has enough to where he can run with the football in his hands and, get some easy first downs. You know what I mean? Or maybe not easy, but ones that are could definitely get yards on some. Not taking the unnecessary hits, I think, what's really important here. So what is the health of Jalen Hurts after a week and a half? How is he looking? We haven't seen much of anything this past week on tape and just how he looks at practice. And I think they've been keeping the media away and not letting teams know of, facing these opponents that we're facing in the coming weeks of how Jalen Hurts is actually looking, especially KC that we're playing on, Monday night. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. I don't think he's 100% at all. I really don't. I feel like he could be to like 80-something percent, 83%, something like that. I still think he has a little bit of a road. The number one thing that the Eagles need to do in the second half of this season, in 2023, is they have to get this number one seed. Because if they can get the number one seed before they play the first Giants game, look, if they beat the Cowboys and shut them out, this year, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, let's finish this up. Let's be undefeated in the division. The Eagles haven't done that in a long time, or maybe have never done that. I'm not sure. But you have to rest his quarterback later in the season when they get the number one seed. So if they get it before the Giants game, I'm only looking for Jalen Hurts, not to take games off, but Jalen Hurts to play a quarter, a half of a football game down the road. And I think that's pretty important. I think that's more likely to happen. You know what I mean? So I feel good about it. I'm hoping Hertz feels a little bit better and is a little bit more mobile. I'm not expecting a huge change in his, him being mobile, but it's amazing being at 8-1 right now, and Hertz missing the best part. Sometimes, the best part of his game. Sometimes when you have these injuries, it's like a blessing in disguise, because we've seen Jalen Hurts be more patient in the pocket, be more of a pocket guy. It's not handicapping him, but I think in the beginning of the process to all this, he wasn't comfortable with it, where he would bail out to the left, bail out to the right, with his pocket awareness, and he'd run away from everything. But because BrianJohnson's a stupid idiot and had to do these QB design runs early in the year and literally got Jalen Hurts so hurt this year, because he was getting hurt a lot this past year. So it's just been a crazy ride of a year, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how he looks. We'll find out how much more they're going to run with Hurts, or they're going to keep everything exactly the way it is. They can always take Jalen Hurts' running out of their back pocket later on this year, even in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So if what the Eagles offense is doing is not enough, or there are things missing that us fans are seeing that they're not doing, not even just with the quarterback, with any position at this point, there's always things that you can, when you have a quarterback that is 100% mobile upon 100% health, there are plays that you could take out, that are, obviously defenses are going to watch for Jalen Hurts running, and have to prepare for any type of play like that. You know what I mean? But those RPOs definitely work, and we'll see what happens, until they start using him again. And obviously, if they start running with the football in his hands, whether it's a QB design run or an RPO where he decides to keep it for himself, he needs to be more careful on his own and just take the slide. Don't try to run through linebackers or run through cornerbacks and try to be the hero. Because, if it was a Super Bowl, it'd be a different story. Then you do any possible thing to win. But if you're up in a game, or you don't need the quarterback to take an unnecessary hit, Jalen Hurts just needs to slide and just let him, just make sure that he does that, and not, get hurt any more than what he already is right now. Because I don't think he is 100%. So I think that was, I think it's going to be interesting to see how much the health has gotten better with Jalen Hurts. And then two things that are really connected down the road. Even this past week on WIP, Jason Kelce's tired of Andy Reid beating this team 3 times as he's been a head coach somewhere else. And, Jordan Mailata is not only taking it personal with himself, he's one of the guys that's taking it personal. I don't know about my teammates. There's teammates out there for this team that are treating this like another game, okay, which is perfectly fine, because some teammates either didn't play in this game last year, were hurt from being in this game last year, or they weren't on this team last year and don't really take too emotion out of it because they just got to the roster to the Eagles this year. With Jordan Mailata, it's a different story, because, some players are just going to feel like this. This isn't a playoff game. This isn't the Super Bowl. This isn't nothing. This is just a regular season game. This is just one of those games where I want to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and say, see you soon. That's really all I take from it. I don't think the ultimate revenge, I'm not like that. Would I like to get them back a little bit? Sure. Do I think the wet field kind of saved them a little bit? Sure. Do I think, we have a better defensive coordinator going to a game like this and the playoffs in the Super Bowl? We'll find out. We'll find out about all that down the road. There's a lot more going around that game than possible. But, some guys are going to take this personally. I think Mailata's taking it personally. He said on WIP, he's taking it very personally. He's like, I don't care. I'm not talking about my other teammates. I'm just talking about myself, rolling through, seeing the confetti fall. And Jason Kelce's tired of it too, man. He's another guy that's, been around Andy Reid for years. And it's just, it's like we're going to be treated like the redheaded stepchild in this game, because everything's focused around the Kansas City Chiefs. Everything's focused around the Chiefs. Even when Patrick Mahomes makes mistakes, they sweep it under the rug. Taylor Swift showing up to a game. Travis Kelce, I'm tired of him beating us on one snap, and he's already on the other side of the field. I think the Eagles match up really well, and I think the Eagles can definitely beat them, no doubt. There's going to be a little bit of fire. As much as there's not a lot of these players coming up and saying that, there's definitely a little bit of fire in the background between A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, definitely Jalen Hurts, no doubt. He had a picture, a screensaver in his phone of him walking through that confetti that was saved on his phone as his background on his phone. Okay, so there's a little bit of heat. There's a little bit of this inner this inner, justice in some aspect, and it's impossible not to. It's impossible not to. Is it, the Eagles aren't home. Going to KC, yes, it's tough. Dealing with their fans, yes, it's going to be tough. But they just got to, as Jalen Herz says, the standard is the standard, okay? They have to treat this game like it is a regular football game, but there's just a little extra towards it, okay? And that's where that's where I can agree with it. Don't base this on too much emotion, but you have to play football. You still have to play really well, okay? Because the emotion only gets you so far. If you could balance out the emotion with the good play, I'm excited to see what this defensive line's going to do against Mahomes this year. I'm excited to see it, So, we'll see. I can go on and on about this matchup, but I'm not going to go too long about it. But that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about the matchup. How many Eagle players do you think is taken, really personally of this whole entire situation? Getting Justin Evans back, which is great, and you're finally settled down with Bradley Roby at nickel instead of, weeks and weeks and weeks of just rotating nickel guys. It's just really annoying. I mean, you can't be rotating a secondary every couple plays for certain, because this guy's good at man, this guy's good in dime package, and this guy's good at this, and this guy's good. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely insane. So, other than that, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes up, follow, peace out, guys. Peace.